Authorities in one metro county worry because they cannot understand why.
Already this year, more people have been killed or seriously injured by suspected impaired drivers in Douglas County than in the previous 2 years combined.
Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis followed deputies on a sweep aimed at cracking down on the very avoidable crime of vehicular homicide. Randy?
Yeah, Russ and Sine, here's what bothers a lot of cops and victims' families. If someone gets drunk or high and causes serious injury in a car accident, the maximum prison sentence they face is 15 years. But if they wind up killing someone, the maximum sentence is exactly the same. Where was your mom going on Mother's Day?
Soccer. We had a soccer game on Mother's Day, and you know, my mom's always late.
But Jason Willis was certain his mom would show because Sandra Willis never missed an opportunity to be with her only 2 grandchildren. Then Jason's phone rang. It's the kind of phone call you never expect to get, right?
It's one I'll never forget.
On the way to the boys' soccer game on Mother's Day this year, authorities say a Pontiac Granville crossed into the other lane completely and slammed into Sandra's car. The Villa Rica woman died instantly. Her car unrecognizable. At first, Jason was told the other car had a tire blowout. But weeks later, investigators shared the disturbing news. Blood tests from the other driver allegedly showed evidence of, quote, very recent marijuana use. Hey, Roderick, I'm Randy Travis with Fox 5. The Fox 5 I-Team was there when Douglas County deputies arrested 36-year-old Roderick Alexander after being indicted for vehicular homicide. How much marijuana did you smoke before you got behind the wheel?
I didn't smoke any marijuana before I got behind the wheel.
Were you under the influence of anything before this accident?
No, sir.
What do you remember?
That's all.
Somebody died, you know that, right?
No, and I'm very sorry.
But these days, grieving family members like Jason Willis all have the same question, a question of fairness.
The damage is greater, so why shouldn't the penalty be greater?
Consider Taylor Overeem. Hey, Mr. Overeem. He's accused of getting drunk and wrecking his car, causing the serious injury of his girlfriend, Anastasia Williams. Were you drinking a lot at that bar? If convicted, the most he can get is 15 years in prison. Do you have anything you want to say for yourself? Compare that to Marilyn Arnold. Investigators say she was under the influence of multiple pain medications when she crashed her minivan, killing a passenger, Corey Hart. If convicted, the most she can get for his death is also 15 years in prison. They say that you were taking pain pills before you got behind the wheel.
No, I wasn't.
And that's why Corey's dead today.
No, I don't see where they get that from.
Were you under the influence of anything?
No.
There's no rhyme or reason to why those penalties will be the same when one family may be completely healed within a few months or a year, and one family's lost someone forever.
District Attorney Brian Fortner wants the General Assembly to raise the punishment for vehicular homicide, hoping that might convince others to stop driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol.
We're seeing these numbers increased all over Metro Atlanta and all over the state, but nobody can exactly say why.
If a tougher punishment won't help, future drunk drivers might wind up facing the son of a woman listed as a vehicular homicide victim. That would be Jason Willis. He's also a police officer.
Well, I would definitely share my story and tell them why it hits home so much, and let them know how it affected me and how it changed my life. And very well they could affect someone else's life and change their family's life, and let them know what I've experienced and what I've gone through, and my kids, what they've gone. Nights that I've laid in bed holding my son because he was crying because he missed his nana. It's something you can't get over.
Roderick Alexander and Marilyn Arnold are being held without bond. Taylor Overeem, the one charged with causing serious bodily injury, had bond set at $30,000.
Now, proponents of raising the maximum sentence, what is it that they would like to see in terms of years?
Brian Fortner wouldn't give me a year. He says he's going to leave that up to the General Assembly when they meet in January to decide. But Montana has a 30-year maximum sentence. So does Louisiana. So that's twice as much as what Georgia has right now.
It just doesn't seem to make sense that it would be the same.
It doesn't make sense, Russ, and that's what family members like Jason Willis are pointing out. He says there's got to be some message to send it to stop people from driving impaired and obviously hurting people, killing people, causing families
a terrible situation like he's going through right now.
And that's the biggest message. You want to deter it from happening altogether.
If there's any way, let's try to do it.
All right, Randy, thanks so much.
Okay.